Well, hi Scorpios, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It is time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card in the first part of the reading. So, if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. Let's find out what Scorpios can expect to be coming up in their lives. Scorpios, please. What can they expect? For Scorpios, what do they need to know? Okay, that one's stuck. I'm putting it down. Scorpios. I lay the cards down in the same order that they come out of the deck. Ooh, it feels like I haven't seen the wheel for a while. There it is. For Scorpios. A few cards left for the second part of the reading. So, the overall energy here, Scorpios, is the Two of Swords. Wow, there's something you don't want to deal with. You don't want to have to deal with because you're afraid it might hurt your heart. This card shows you with your arms across your heart, the blindfolds on, the swords are up. So the swords are up in self-defense. You're guarding your heart, and there's something that you don't want to deal with. You got the blindfold on. Let's find out why the Two of Swords is surrounding your entire reading this week. I have the Queen of Swords up in your highest energy, Scorpio. So this is air. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But the energy, this is your highest energy. This is you seeking the truth, seeking the clarity. You're going to break this. You have not been dealing with something that you are now going to be dealing with. You see the difference? Big difference. So you're going to speak your truth and you're going to seek the truth. You still got one sword up though, and that is in self-defense. That is, for your best interest that you need to do this. Because you need to put the rest. This is the way you got the Ten of Swords here. You need to put these thoughts to rest, whatever it is that you've been trying not to deal with. So you need to bring it up. You can't just, bury your head in the sand anymore about this. So, the Ten of Swords is a card of the end. So, all these swords of truth and clarity put an end to your overall energy that we're talking about of not dealing with it. So that's what you've been doing. There's something, if this is your reading, this is a general reading, it will not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't, you can check your moon sign or you can get a private reading from someone you trust. So, next to the Ten of Swords is the Fool. The Fool's energy is fun. It's living in the moment. It's carefree. It's throwing caution to the wind. It's dancing along with your head in the clouds. But what happens with the Fool's energy, and this is, part of the truth and the clarity, I think that you want to know, is this all that you've been doing? I think you're starting to look forward towards a future, and you're starting to want more from a relationship than it first started out. So it first started out as fun, enjoyable, day by day, and now you're come to the edge of the cliff, and you're beginning to look forward rather than upward into the clouds. I have the Wheel of Fortune under the Queen of Swords and right besides the Two of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune, this is the universe. This is what's probably nagging you because the universe, the wheel is turning and it's always for the better. So wheel for the better is what I call it. And so, the universe wants you to move forward. They want you to move out of this energy of the Two of Swords. They need you to move forward. And you will be, for your better, okay? So, this truth and clarity, it's right under the Queen of Swords, is going to help you to get on that wheel and let the universe move you forward. I have the Queen of Pentacles here on the other side of the Two of Swords and under the Fool. The Queen of, this is just what I was saying. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles, all cards are male or female. Did I tell you that? But they are. The Queen of Pentacles is very mature-minded, and what she's doing, this is your energy, is looking at the Pentacles, so you are looking towards the future. This is the second largest Pentacle in the whole deck. You're wondering, is there security? Is there stability here? Is there commitment here? So, you know, you've been trying not to deal with that because you're afraid of the answers that you might get. And then it's like, you know, this wheel, it'll nag you and whisper in your ear and push and pull until finally you do something to move yourself forward. And that's exactly what's going on here in this reading. I have the Six of Swords under the Wheel of Fortune. Well, yeah, you are moving forward. It's been a kind of a slow go. You know, this is kind of a slow card in the tarot deck. Look at all those swords of truth and clarity. And the more you pick up, the more you can put an end to just being stuck and not moving anywhere and not knowing the truth. So you're picking up, each sword that you pick up gets you further and further away from these rocky waters and moving you towards a calmer, more peaceful place in your life. A much better place, for the better. It takes work. You're pushing the boat with a pole, but you're doing it. Then I have the Eight of Pentacles here, right next to the Six of Swords and right under the Two of Swords. The Eight of Pentacles, this is really focusing on those pentacles. This is building the future. This is what you want to do. I feel like you want to do it with somebody. I'm not sure what they're going to say about this yet. But if not, you will do it on your own. You kind of made up your mind that you really need some type of future, something to look forward to build on, like a partnership. So you've been just kind of worried about approaching someone about this idea or this feeling that you have that you want to do with whoever you were living in the energy of the Fool with. I have the King of Wands here, male or female. King of Wands is fire. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the King of Wands, another mature-minded card, is holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand, and the other hand is on the hip. This is your energy. You're ready to move forward. Just like I was saying. You haven't gotten up yet, but once you have this conversation and you pick up enough swords of truth and clarity, you will be moving forward. Now how or with who? Let me take out the second part. Let's see what else we can find out. You are going to be moving forward for your better. I do know that. I do know that if this is your reading, I do know you're coming out of that energy of the Two of Swords. You're going to start taking control over what is going on in your life and pursuing the things that you think will make you the happiest. Okay, we got the cards. Okay, so I have the Death card next to the Fool card. This is your card, Scorpio. So the energy, though, is about leaving the old behind and moving forward towards the new. This is what the universe wants you to do. They want you to move forward. It's a card of transformation, which is right next to the Fool card. So you are transforming out of that Fool's energy. You're putting your sword up. I got the King and Queen of Swords. So whoever this is that's in your life is a soulmate. They're more guarded than you are. And you know that. I think that's why the Two of Swords is here. So I have the Queen and the King of Swords. Air, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, again, that might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the King now is more guarded. They have truth, of course, but look at the sword. Look at how they're sitting there. It's like they had trouble talking about their feelings or, about anything, really. I mean, if you would just want to move forward or take a step forward, they're pretty guarded. This is what you need to talk to them about. You want to come out of the energy of the Fool and move forward with them. And you're gonna have this conversation. But well, it kind of looks like there's going to be a separation period with this card. This is the Five of Pentacles. I feel like they're going to kind of like block this conversation. I think it will become a little frustrating. I think that you're going to feel kind of left out in the cold. You're going to feel abandoned or disregarded as far as this goes. And that's what the Five of Pentacles is about, because they are so guarded and they really either not ready to talk about it or they don't want to talk about it. Something to that effect. I have the Eight of Swords under the Death card and next to the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, you've been kind of avoiding, we already know that with the Two of Swords in the center here. Excuse me. You've been kind of avoiding this conversation, but you've also been avoiding, there's been signs all around you. You've been avoiding seeing the truth and the clarity, which you've been doing here too, burying your head in the sand like. But you're coming out of that. See, you're blindfolded here, you're bound, your feet aren't bound, your mouth isn't bound, you can walk, you can talk. So, you're going to talk. This is how you're going to figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, how you're going to move towards a more stable life ahead of you. This is under the Death card, you know, putting an end to the old, moving towards the new. So I have the Five of Wands next to the Eight of Swords and right under the King of Swords. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety, and a lot of confusion associated with this conversation. That you know that you're breaking free of this being bound and not saying anything. Totally breaking free of it. Because this is getting the best of you. The stress, the anxiety, the confusion about this relationship. And you need to know the truth. I have the Sun. You know, you have a period of separation. You do go through this. They're very guarded. But it feels like you do end up coming together again and moving forward. Because the Sun, my favorite card, is all about fresh starts and new beginnings. It's all about love and joy. So I just feel like they fight it. You know, they're kind of like they're closed in, and they have to decide that it's time for them to move forward. So I feel like there is a little bit of a separation. It probably gives them enough time to think. And I think you will be moving forward with whoever this is, this soulmate is. And I have the Four of Cups under the Eight of Swords and next to the King of Wands. So I feel like when they come back, I mean, I don't think they really, I think you're even thinking that you're not going to accept that cup when they come back in. You're like, oh man, if they come back in, forget it. Forget it. I'm done. I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm everything I was afraid I was going to be. But I don't see it lasting. I see you working it out here. There's a lot of passion for this person. So they have to open up to you enough to at least get this relationship back on track and take it a step further. Because I have the Ace of Wands next to the Four of Cups and under the Five of Wands. This is that fresh start and new beginning that you really want. You want to take a step forward in this relationship, and the universe wants you to too. So this wand is blossoming and blooming. You're moving forward. And you know what? You manifested all this to happen. There's the infinity symbol. The symbol of intuition and knowing. I think you knew all along that you're soulmates. I think you were afraid that you were going to lose them if you were to bring this up, like moving out of the energy of the Fool. But you also know you have a cup. You know you have the cup of love, the pentacle for security and stability, the wand of fresh starts and new beginnings, and you also have a sword for truth and for clarity. So, you know, what more can you ask for? And you've actually manifested this relationship to have a fresh start and a new beginning, which is exactly what you wanted. You needed to freshen things up, needed to move forward and come out of that energy of the Fool. But it takes two to do that here in this relationship. Now, they are a soulmate. And once you do move forward together, your relationship, I think, will be based on truth and honesty. So I think that they will, you know, come clean with you. And have that conversation that's so much needed for you. Let's see what your guardian angels have to say about this reading. Grab my glasses. For Scorpios, please. Where's your card? Right there. It's the 8 of emotion. I'm going to read it to you. You feel a deep longing for something meaningful in your life. That's what you need to talk about. In your heart, you know that there's more out there waiting for you in the world. It may be time to switch careers, move to a new home or city, or initiate other important changes. And that's what you're doing here. Do what's right for you and seek out your magical new life. That's what you decide to do, to take charge rather than burying your head in the sand. You just take charge and you decide that you're moving forward one way or another, and you're going to, you know, even take a leap of faith here on whether or not they may go along with your idea of moving forward together. You know, at first they fight it, but it looks like they come around. Wow. So Scorpios, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.